My parents thought it was the biggest disappointment in our family. They believed I had dropped out of college, struggled to find work, and spent my life hiding from responsibility. What they never knew was that I had become a federal judge. I kept my career secret because I wanted to know whether my family loved me or simply loved me, what they could get from me. Then one night, my sister hit a man with her car and called me in a panic. My mother grabbed my shoulders and whispered, "Just tell them you were driving." My father looked at me and said, "She has a campaign. You have nothing to lose." My sister smiled and said 6 words that changed everything. Who would believe you anyway? She had no idea who she was talking to. My name is Claire Bennett, and for most of my adult life, my family believed I had failed. My younger sister, Madison, was the family favorite. She was popular, ambitious, and preparing for a major local political campaign. My parents constantly told everyone how proud they were of her. Whenever someone asked what I did, my mother simply said, "Claire is figuring things out." The truth was very different. Years earlier, I'd worked through law school, passed the bar, built a quiet career, and eventually became a federal judge. I never told my parents because of every achievement I had never shared with them and somehow became a comparison with Madison. So I stopped explaining myself. Then, one rainy Friday night, Madison called me. Her voice was shaking. She said she had been driving home when a man stepped into the road. She hit him and he was seriously injured. Before I could ask anything else, she said, "Claire, I need you to help me." I drove to my parents' house. Madison's car was parked outside with damage across the front. My mother pulled me into the kitchen and grabbed both my shoulders. "Just tell the police you were driving." I stared at her. My father walked in and lowered his voice. "Madison has a campaign. You have nothing to lose." Then Madison looked directly at me and smiled. "Who would believe you anyway?" For a moment, nobody spoke. They had forgotten something very important. I didn't need them to believe me. I only needed the truth. I asked Madison exactly where the accident happened. She gave me the location. Then she told my parents that I had been driving because the police would never question the story if everyone repeated it. I quietly left the house. The next morning, investigators contacted me because my name had been mentioned in connection with the accident. I told them exactly what happened. I gave them the messages Madison had sent me. I provided the timeline, the location, and the details. My parents had tried to hide. Then something unexpected happened. The investigation revealed that Madison had been using her phone moments before the crash. Security footage showed her behind the wheel, and another camera captured her leaving the scene before calling my family. The case quickly became much bigger than a simple traffic accident. My parents were questioned. Madison's campaign collapsed. And then the prosecutor discovered something my family had never imagined. The woman they had called a dropout was sitting in a federal courtroom every morning as the judge. When my father finally saw me in my courtroom, his face went completely pale. He whispered, "Claire?" I looked at him calmly. "Yes, Dad?" My mother began crying. Madison couldn't even look at me. For years, they had judged me by what they thought I was. They had never bothered to discover who I had actually become. That day, I learned something I will never forget. Sometimes the people who underestimate you are the same people who would sacrifice you to protect themselves. My family thought my silence made me weak. They thought I had nothing to lose. They were wrong. I had built a life they knew nothing about. And when they finally needed me to lie for them, the truth was the one thing I refused to hide. Madison wanted everyone to believe I was nobody. In the end, everyone learned exactly who I was.